Brace yourself because critical analysis is coming. In fact, it's really almost here. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about it and the assignment for this week. The next major essay you do will be a critical analysis. And if you've never written one, don't panic. It's not as difficult as it might look. It's also a type of essay that's going to incorporate all those things that you've worked on so far this semester with writing argument and with researching. So when we look at critical analysis, it is a little bit different than those essays in that it's looking at a specific work. So a lot of times it's going to be literature, film, art, those sorts of things that we're going to critically analyze. In a college setting, you're going to see more what I call high culture. So things like Shakespeare and Van Gogh and that kind of thing. But you can also critically analyze pop culture, which unfortunately is sometimes called low culture. And I have read really great critical analyses on Shakespeare's Hamlet, but I've also read really good critical analyses over Disney movies and video games. So it's not out of the question that you might be able to, for this essay, pick something that you really enjoy and do an analysis on that. And we'll talk a whole lot more next week about the specifics of what to do, all that kind of thing. But when you are doing an analysis, essentially you're breaking that film or short story apart. You're examining it, you are looking at evidence, and then the argument comes back in when you want to share your interpretation with the audience. And so that in essence is your analysis. And for this week, what I wanted to do, and what I kind of think I did, is sort of push you off into the deep end and throw some stuff at you that you probably haven't seen, and it's probably very different than things that you may have seen in the past. They're two short animated films. The first one is called Cream, and it's by David Firth. He's the guy who did Salad Fingers, if anybody remembers Salad Fingers. This is not nearly the same thing as Salad Fingers, but it is a fairly new short animated film that he did. The other short film is by an animator named Don Hertzfeldt. And the video here is part of a longer film. And that film's not, you can't get it online. You can get it, I think, like through Amazon, that kind of thing. But it's a very different tone than the first one. So I tried to give you two pieces that were similar in the fact that they are animated, and they both do have a message, but you can kind of break it apart and look at, what's going on and how that animator is presenting it, and really kind of think about some different ways to interpret the films. So once you get into the module itself, you'll see you have to go through step by step. You can't kind of skip around, but you will find 4 discussion board posts. You'll find the 2 short films, and you'll also find 2 videos that are pretty much critical analysis of the films. And those I grabbed from YouTube. Now, the what do they call them? Reaction videos on YouTube are definitely not critical analysis. So just because somebody's sitting there watching it and going, "Oh my God," yeah, that's fun. But that's not critical analysis. But these two that I found actually were pretty well done, and you can kind of look at how they structure their critical analysis, their argument, essentially. So, uh, if you have questions, obviously, holler at me. If any of the links don't work, that kind of thing, holler at me. And like I said, you may be able with this one to choose a topic that you just really like and you're interested in. And I think if you can do that, it makes writing a whole lot easier. Um, I'm kind of done, but I do like if somebody stays until the bitter end to give them some sort of reward. And I think I've already mentioned Renette, who generally crashes any video that I'm making. So this might take you a little bit of research, but if you can tell me who this guy is, and you can research it, obviously. 10 points for you. And you have to do it, of course, by a Monday of next week. So if you want to try, give it a go. This is my other cat, Coco, and the gang's all here. So if you have any questions, just yell, and I will give you lots more information on critical analysis next week.